Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you see here, we're in the free agency period after the 2011-12 season, which means we didn't win the Stanley Cup. It's going to kind of do the season recap and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll start off with the regular season standings, or not the awards, regular season standings. As you see here, we finished second, apparently in the entire NHL with 104 points, so vast improvement upon last year's 87, almost 20 more points. But even though we finished in second in the entire NHL in points, 104 behind the Hurricanes with 106, we were the 4 seed in the East because of how the playoff system works. Because we were in the same division as the Hurricanes, so yeah, that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Goals for per game was 3.72, goals against was 3.34, so I'm probably on the positive side of that for this season, which is probably why we kind of did it so well, which is good. In terms of player stats, let's go check those out. So the league scorer was Nathan Horton, finished with 43 goals, 49 assists for 92 points, which was 10th best in the league. Bryan McCabe, see here, had a pretty decent bounce back season, so he did much better. He finished with 7 goals, 52 assists for 59 points, which is pretty solid. So you can see that the fact that he's in here means he didn't retire, but we'll kind of get into him at the end and whatnot. But yes, he didn't retire. So that's regular season scores. So the league scoring league was Thomas Vanek with the Sabres, 113 points. So that was we made the playoffs. Let's check out the playoff that one, the playoff tree. And as you hear, I said we didn't win the cup. The Canucks somehow beat the Hurricanes in 6 to win the Stanley Cup. So we're all here. We got matched against the Flyers in round 1 because the whole seeding thing. They finished 92 points. We had 12 points better than them, but they somehow absolutely shreked us in the first round. We lost in 6. We won game 1, 5-4. They then won the next 3-1, 2-1, 3-0. We won game 5 to stay off elimination, 2-1, and they just destroyed us in game 6, 5-3, to advance on and knock us out, which is disappointing. They made it all the way to the conference final, then got lost to the Hurricanes. Kind of sucks in terms of playoff scoring. Let's look at that. So there we go. Leading scores Mikko Koivu, 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points. And you see here Bryan McCabe finished with 2 goals and 0 assists for 2 points. So kind of not great from us sides, which is probably why we lost. In terms of the awards, obviously, as I said, Canucks won the Cup. Hurricanes won the President's Trophy, and that's what the Canucks beat in the Cup final. As I said, leading scorer was Thomas Vanek, 113 points at the Sabres. Tim Thomas somehow at the Lightning, who didn't even make the playoffs, that's why I'm so confused as to why he was the Hart Trophy winner. Lightning finished with 88 points, which is good enough for 10th in the East, but they were only 1 point out of a playoff spot, but somehow he was league MVP. As here, Keith Ballard won the Norris Trophy. So let's actually back out and see how he did stats-wise. And actually check that. Keith Ballard won the Norris. And he finished with 57 points. So that's not that far off from. That's less. So what do they use to pick it then? I'm so confused. It's that's less points than Bryan McCabe had, but he won the Vezina, which is interesting. So he finished with 7 goals, 50 assists, 57 points, which is only 2 less, I suppose. But still, you'd think. I don't know. But it's interesting. But at least it's pretty cool when our players win an award. So back to the awards here and go skip ahead to the Norris. That's where we were. Oop. And then instead of leading bin went to Jakub Voracek, who finished 5th in scoring with 103 points. Calder went to Jonathan Bernier. Conn Smythe went to Bobby Lou. Tim Thomas won the Vezina also. It's so confusing. Jennings went to Nicholas Backstrom with the Flyers. Davey Heatley won the Masterton. Selke went to Chris Kunitz with the Penguins. Eric Stahl finished 2nd scoring with 108 points. Won the Pearson. And the Rocket Richard went to Nikita Filatov with the Blue Jackets, who finished 6th. They're tied for 5th and scored with 103 points also. And then that's all the awards. So that's kind of all that stuff. So if we go, I guess contracts is probably the best place to look at this kind of stuff. Let's go to contracts. So in terms of free agency, two big moves was center, where I signed David Backus to a 2-year contract, and then left wing. Was there other one? Boop, boop. We signed Dustin Penner to a 5-year contract. Those are two big free agency signings. So we had a hole at center and left wing. I was like, all right, let's fill those. But if we go to defensemen, and sort by overall here, it's going to depend on how the game does it. But this time it did not the way I was expecting it to. But yeah, so we can see here, Bryan McCabe dropped down all the way to a 79 overall. He's potential that sweet D minus. It's a terrible grade. But so yeah, so he's clearly kind of on his last legs here, which is why I kind of thought he would have retired at the end of this season. But he's still fighting on 1 year, $1.05 billion contract. But as you can see, if you look here on the screen, we have 3 defense. If you want to count here, basically we have 1, 2 top pairing, 3, 4 middle pairing, and on the bottom pairing. The problem is we have 1, 2, 3 players here with 79 overall. And the problem you notice if you look over here at ages is both of these two guys are like way younger than Bryan McCabe. So like realistically, their coach would probably like put like McCabe and this Caruso guy because they're like the two oldest ones together on the third pair, or potentially McCabe and one of them on a pairing. But yeah, so basically McCabe's basically kind of like third pairing, but like realistic how I would set up the team, he would be third, seventh defenseman. So we are, I think, going to. Because he's at least tied with them. If he was below them, if he was 78 overall, the series would be over, like right now. But because he's tied with them in overall, I think we will go the one more season because pretty much we guarantee it's gonna be one more season. His overall is dropping like a rock, and so either what's gonna happen is he's either gonna retire, which is then it's done. They can't really do anything about that, or his overall is still gonna drop. He's gonna want to play, but he's gonna be not good enough to be in our like kind of in the lineup, so we're gonna have to drop him, and that'll be it. Either way. So hopefully with our kind of 2 free agent signings, improving our offense and stuff, we can continue. Hopefully have just as good regular season, make the playoffs, and then hopefully make a deeper run. But yeah, so next episode should pretty much, I'm gonna say guarantee it, but then somehow that's not what's gonna happen. But I'll say it anyways. I'm gonna guarantee the next episode is probably gonna be the last episode of the series, regardless of whether we win the cup or not. So if you want to find out what happens, you have to check it out and see if we can win the cup, or if McCabe retires or his overall drops so low. But thank you for checking this episode out, and hopefully you do check out the next episode as well. Thank you.